Hello, everyone, and welcome. This time it's our Monday evening live stream this week. This is Amy Dean, and I'm just so excited to be here as usual. I just want to welcome you if it's your first time. And if you are coming back, either way, please let me know who you are in the comments. So let me know your name and where you are from so I can get to know you a bit on our call today. So I will be answering questions and guiding you through a training and a live meditation. So to start with, this entire training today is about how to break through self-doubt, right? And the mistakes that we typically make when we're dealing with self-doubt, especially as empaths. Hi, Pam. It's good to see you. So nice to see you. Thank you for saying hello. I know not everybody is so one thing to know is I can't see everybody's name unless you've already given StreamYard the permission. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure to do so. There's a little link right here in the description of the video, and I'll be able to help you there. So I want to just introduce myself for those of you who are brand new today. So my name is Amy Dean, and I am a holistic psychotherapist and a spiritual ascension coach. And what I do is I help empath women heal their core wounds so they can step into a spiritually awakened life. And today, part of this is all around breaking through these blockages of self-doubt, so we can truly step into the confident self that we are and therefore deepen and ascend on our spiritual awakening journey. So let's get started. I'm just going to dive right in, and please do just let me know if any questions come up along the way. I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. I'll take some breaks here and there for that. And then at the very end is when we're going to dive into our meditation together. So let me first start by defining what self-doubt is. So self-doubt is it's a lack of confidence in yourself, in your abilities. It often causes anxiety, depression. It can also cause quite a lot of stress in making decisions for yourself on a day-to-day basis. It keeps you from your deeper intuitive knowing, and therefore keeps you from knowing your purpose and or knowing how to take those next steps on your purpose. So as you can imagine, self-doubt is a very heavy or dense energy. And this is keeping us from exactly what we need in this lifetime, which is to tap into our higher self so that we can let that wisdom guide us to the next stage of our evolution. So let's talk about some of the causes first around self-doubt before I dive into the 3 mistakes that you might be making, and of course, how to work through them. So first of all, oftentimes, when we're children, especially as empaths, we get mixed messages, right, about who we are and what our place is in the world. And because of that, we can develop, it's almost like a childhood trauma around not being good enough or not being seen or heard or being understood for who we really are. And that in itself can create the blockage of self-doubt. It can, absolutely keep you from knowing what to do and where to turn. And you might also reach out to other people more often than you tap into your own self to make decisions. So that's where it usually comes from, although not for everybody. Some people, they just learn as they go, right? They learn to doubt themselves as they go. Often, if you are an empath, you are more prone to self-doubt than somebody else because you're sensitive to energies and you can feel when something's off and you're taking in a lot of other people's energies. And therefore, it's so hard to differentiate between what is yours and what is someone else's. So you're going to naturally feel doubt. It's like, what is happening in here? It's not quite my energy, but I don't know whose energy it is, and I don't know how to release that energy. So it can be incredibly confusing. So if you are feeling confused or stuck, typically there's self-doubt there. And often we have a fear of failure is another big piece of the puzzle here. You might even compare yourself to other people, and you might find that no matter what you do, no matter how you just try to ground your energies or try to connect to your higher self in meditation, that you still find yourself just second guessing everything you do, or at least the big things that you do, which of course are the most important. So let's dive into, actually, before we dive into the mistakes, I just want to check in and see if there's any questions, and no questions right now. I know this isn't our typical time we're meeting as well. So if you're watching the replay, feel free to add any questions or comments into the comment box, because I do go back and I check in, and I will be happy to answer those questions there. So let's start with mistake number one. So what do we do, right? When we are stuck in self-doubt, what is one of the number one mistakes that we make that keep us in self-doubt? So typically, the number one mistake is not letting yourself make mistakes. So let's call this perfectionism, right? So many empaths struggle with perfectionism. It's almost as if, we typically hold this very high expectation of ourselves. And I call this a perfectionist part within you, or a subpersonality of just one aspect of who you are. And with perfectionism, you might have noticed, there is no high standard of which to actually reach. And you might be finding yourself comparing yourself to others and thinking, well, that's the standard, and this is where I should be going with my energy. But the truth is, maybe that person has, perfectionistic parts, and they're just trying to climb and reach other, and so, it goes on and on and on, right? So you can constantly find yourself in this situation where it's never good enough. And if nothing is good enough, right? So the efforts you're making in your life, whether it's spiritual, emotional, physical, if it's not good enough, then you're not going to be satisfied, right? You're not going to be in touch with your soul. And you're going to be disconnected from the perfection of your divine being. So let's talk about how we can move through this a little bit. How can we move through the situation when we are stuck in perfectionism? So, number one, what we want to do around this mistake is practice surrendering. So, if you do not already have a surrendering or allowing meditation practice, this is the time to start. So, absolutely take some time, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, to tap into yourself, to do a meditation, and to find out, what am I holding on to? Something I will often, just as a tool or resource for my clients, I will offer a surrender box or a letting go box. And it can be just a small little, shoe box, or something even smaller, like a small little jewelry box. And you put little pieces of paper, if you like, about what you want to let go of and what you're holding on to. And you can put that in the box and just leave that aside, knowing that you're letting go of that. You're just letting the universe decide to work through you and be a channel, be a flow through you, so you don't have to hold on to that anymore. So that's one way. Another way is you can quite literally write these, let's say, these situations or these beliefs or these concerns that keep you in self-doubt on a little piece of paper. And then using a candle, you can burn that over the candle with the intention of, I'm letting go of this. I'm not going to hold on anymore to this need for perfectionism, or the need to compare myself to others, or to be anyone other than who I am right now. So try that, just see how that works. I really want to hear from you as well. So let me know when you get a chance how it goes for you, what it's like to start surrendering more in your life. And you'll notice that that part of you becomes less and less rigid and less heavy in your energy field. So just checking in. Hi, Amber. Hi, Michelle. No worries at all. I was saying at the beginning that I know this is not our typical time that we're meeting. I changed things up on all of you this week, so I can totally understand. But I'm happy to see you. So thank you for being here. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going through the 3 mistakes that we make when we are in self-doubt. So if you ever doubt yourself, if you ever find that you are having trouble making decisions, or you feel stuck or confused at any point in your life, especially on the spiritual awakening path, then this is for you. So we're on number 2. And the first one, I'll go back a moment because I know a few of you just came on. We were talking about perfectionism and how we typically try to hold we don't try, we do. We hold ourselves to this higher standard of, this is how I need to be. This is how I need to use my energy. And I have to keep trying to ascend, within this experience, whether it's awakening to a higher level, or whether it's more physical. Maybe it's around your career or relationships, or, that type of thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm moving into mistake number 2. So this is the number 2 way that we just really end up staying stuck in self-doubt. So number 2 is that we stop trusting our intuitive guidance. Because I can guarantee you, if you are stuck in self doubt, the first thing you're going to do, if you're in confusion and self doubt, the first thing you're going to do is just completely push that aside because it's going to be hard to feel and actually interpret your intuition in that moment. So you're likely going to do a couple different things. You might go to a friend or go to a loved one, or you might just try to put away those emotions for a little while so you can focus on other things. And or who knows, right? We all love Google, right? We go on Google and it's like, how do I fix this? Or how do I solve this? And the first thing we do is we go outward. We go into seeking mode and we don't go into intuition mode. So the number one mistake is that we are not tapping into our intuition in those moments. So, for example, we tend to think we need more information in order to heal, that we need to gather, got to read that book, got to try this meditation, got to do this, got to do that. And that's overwhelming, first of all. But also, I just want to offer you the perspective that when you're stuck in self doubt, less is more. The less you do, the less you focus on, the better. We just want to peel back all that stress, all the layers of disconnection, right, that are keeping you stuck in that moment. So, the intuitive answers, they're already here. No matter if you think I'm blocked intuitively, I'm not getting in touch with my soul, or it comes and goes and I don't know why, just know that it's always there. Your higher self is channeling this information into your very being. And the only reason you're not getting it is because there are some blockages there. And that's why we have to stop, slow down, and take a deep breath, because otherwise we're going to get stuck again and again and again. And then we're grasping for straws, right? It's like, oh, wait, I tried that and that didn't work. And I tried this and that didn't work. And it can be so, so frustrating. So instead, what we need to do is we need to work through these blockages. We need to spend time with understanding, what am I feeling inside? What are these emotions and why are they here? So that's number 2 mistake that we make, is not being in touch with our intuition and going outward, seeking outward for answers. So number 3 mistake. So this is doing what you've always done. So I know that might seem a little obvious, but I like to point it out there because it's not as obvious as it seems sometimes. We often get into these habitual patterns subconsciously, and we tend to make the same decisions over and over and over again, right? We like routine as human beings. And some routine is actually really healthy, and some routine is not healthy. So, for example, we get caught in this identity around being a spiritual seeker. And we're trying so many things, right? Similar to mistake number 2 here, where we're out there trying to make things happen. And often the issue is not that we need more, right? But that we need to stop considering, right? Or maybe sit with it and say, well, I've tried all this stuff and I know it doesn't work. So why would I keep doing it, right? I know that by reaching out to others and asking for reassurance about this big decision I'm making doesn't really work, because no matter what they tell me, I know that it's not going to make me feel like I made the right decision, for example, right? So there's that. And then there's other times where you might say, well, I'm just going to go and try to read some books or go online and find out some information there and see what I can gather. But the truth is, none of that is going to work if that's what you've always done and you've just ended up exactly here, right? In the same place of, oh, I'm stuck again, right? I'm stuck again. And what we often need is an individualized and tailored approach personally, because your self-doubt, while it might be very similar to somebody else's, it's not coming from the foundational wound, right? So for example, we all have these core wounds, and these core wounds keep us from fully and completely stepping into our soul self. And therefore, you need an individualized approach. It's not as easy to say, I'm going to try a little bit of that. I'm going to, buy some crystals maybe and see how they work. And then maybe some essential oils here. And then maybe I'll sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. I'll try all that. I'll be in experimentation mode. And what happens, right? You just end up stuck again. Maybe you get a little bit further along, but the problem is that often there are blockages within your energy field that are so unconscious that are creating this heaviness of the self doubt. And when you have an individualized approach, when you're working directly with somebody that you really connect with and that feels like a good fit, and then you can say to yourself, okay, I'm getting it. And of course, this person isn't giving you the answers. They're not telling you this is how you should feel or this is what you should do, but instead they're just paving the way to help you come back to yourself, right? Because you have the answers. You are already deeply, deeply intuitive. And it's really just about discovering, how can I make this more individualized? How can I stop stepping out, stepping into the box rather, right, of old behaviors and old patterns. So with that being said, I want to help you step into your empowered higher self. So I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation here to tap into your intuition a little more, and then share with you this upcoming workshop on June 28th, which will begin the journey to help you create this individualized soul ascension plan for yourself. So you do know more of what am I supposed to do and how am I supposed to do it? And what do I do if I'm stuck? So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's dive into a meditation. So I just want to check in and see. I'm just going to come back to everyone's comments here before we get started. So, oh, yes. Thank you, Pam, for writing that down. I appreciate that. How to move forward when feeling stuck because of perfectionism. Have a surrender ritual. Yes, I appreciate the summary there. And thank you for the happy birthdays. Yes, my birthday is tomorrow and it is going to be celebration time. I'm actually in Maine right now, enjoying the beautiful weather here by the sea, and excited for tomorrow. And yes, thank you again, Pam. I so appreciate that. And Amber, so you're proud of yourself today. Oh, good. Refusing to stay in a toxic relationship. Good for you, Amber. That is wonderful. I am so glad to hear that. And I know it's not easy to make that decision, and talk about crushing self-doubt right there, right? That's empowerment, right? It's knowing I'm not going to stay stuck anymore. I'm going to make this decision forward. So thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable with us here. And just know that just the decision, right? So I want to mention something about decisions before we dive into intuition, because when we're not making a decision, I want you to imagine it's like swirling energy around your head all the time. And it's like a giant cloud or fog around your head. And that's why it can feel so unnerving, right? It's like your thoughts won't stop around it. You can't think, you can't do anything until you make that decision. And when you've made a decision, that fog settles, it's like the clarity opens up, focus opens up. And that's where empowerment comes from. So just making the decision, even if an action has not been taken yet, is still very, very powerful. So I wanted to mention that piece. So thank you again, Amber, for that. And thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's dive in then if you're ready for our meditation. So get settled in, find a comfortable place to sit and relax, and close your eyes. I'm going to guide you inward. And let's just practice with your breath for a moment. If it helps, you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And that way you can really sense if your breath is more of a shallow breath in your chest, or if it's a deep belly breath here where your other hand is. So just take a few moments to settle in, getting comfortable, noticing the natural rhythm of your breath right here and right now. And then if you could just bring a natural smile to your face in the knowing that as you do that, you are tapping into your highest self. And we are naturally joyful and peaceful when we are connected to our being. And just breathing in and breathing out, noticing thoughts as they arise, and then just choosing to let those thoughts pass on by. And you're just breathing fully and gently, giving yourself permission right now to do absolutely nothing but breathe, to maybe take in the sounds you hear and the space that makes these sounds possible. Good. And each breath, maybe you could bring a sense of gratitude to the beauty and the perfection of this moment. And just a reminder, there will never be another moment just like this one. So this one is precious. Each breath is precious. And just reminding the very chaotic mind at times that it's okay to relax. It's okay to set aside my to-do list, all the things I'm thinking about for the future, all the unresolved things from the past. It's okay. Just giving yourself permission. It's okay to come home, to be present, knowing that you are safe and all is well. Good. And as you watch your breath with almost an easy, relaxed, spacious mind, just notice if there's anything coming up in your mind, any emotions, any physical sensations in your body. And it's okay if your mind is still just moving in a quick or fast-paced way, because just the light of your awareness right here and right now is enough. It's enough for grounding. It's enough for peace. And if you notice that you just need a little bit more help pulling your awareness back in from the mind, just maybe imagine that each thought is a cloud drifting by, just slowly or quickly drifting by your mind. And just like you would try to grasp onto a cloud and there would be nothing there, you might imagine trying that in your mind's eye and just letting that thought go. Good. And wherever you're at right now in your experience is exactly where you should be. So we're going to let those self-doubting parts of you know that it's okay to just be where you are, thoughts and all, emotions and all, just being human, but being aware of the experience of being human. And as you are becoming a little more still inside, you're creating space for your intuitive knowing. And if your hand's not already on your heart, if you could place one hand here. And just in this moment, let's set an intention to hear and trust the voice of your soul in the coming days and weeks and months. And it might be, as you make this intention here deep in your heart, that you are asking for a sign or many signs to point you in the right direction. So I'm just going to give you a moment, just setting that intention within your mind, within your body. Okay, just notice if there's any subtle shifts, any big shifts. Either way, just know that the intention you're making is exactly what you need to do right now, exactly what you needed to say, and that your intuitive guidance will come forth. So this is all about trust, all about trust and faith in the knowing that even when we can't see what it is we are intending or praying for or meditating on, that these things, whether they are solid or not solid, they come forth. And they really do come to us when our heart is open. And so just take one more moment just to breathe in one last time. Deep breath in all the way and exhale when you're ready. Letting go, coming back home to your body, sensing whatever is here and allowing whatever is to be here. Good, good, good. I just want to invite you to open your eyes if you haven't already, coming back to this space with a new vision, a new intuitive opening. And then I would love to hear from you in the comments if you'd like to share what your experience was of this meditation or what you learned from this today. And I'm going to check the comments here and then share the exciting news about the workshop if you are interested in going deeper on your spiritual awakening journey. So Amber says, thank you. I feel lighter than I have, and you described the way I feel now to the T. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Amber. I'm so glad to hear that. And that feeling of lightness that you're feeling, by the way, that's you. All the other stuff, that was just energy release, right? You are light. And so it makes so much sense. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that touches my heart. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. And to the rest of you, feel free to keep commenting or to write in your comment. It does take some time for it to come through sometimes on my end. But in the meantime, I want to just share with you about the workshop. So there is a new workshop. It's free and it's here in our Facebook group. It's called Journey to Your True Self. And this is a 5-day workshop on June 28th. And we are going to go really deep into these core wounds, understanding what's happening on, a foundational level. So you can start to clear out these energy blocks that are keeping you stuck in self-doubt or keeping you stuck in general in your, in your inability to make decisions, in your inability to know what your life purpose is. And maybe it's just wanting to heal certain areas of your life that just won't heal. So if that's happening for you, or if you just know that you're ready for the next level of your spiritual journey, this is for you. So if you want to get started, please let me know in the comments. I'll make sure that you do have that workshop registration link, because even though you're here in the group, you do need to register. That's very important because you're going to receive all of the information to get started in the workshop and all the goodies and all the things we're going to be doing in your email. So please do register and let me know in the comments if you're interested and if you haven't registered yet. And it's going to be live. So I'm going to be live every single day with you for 5 days in this workshop. And of course, you're going to have lots of bonuses and we're going to have, a really good time together. So any questions, please let me know and I'll be glad to answer them. So let me see here. Yes, awesome. Nice to see you, Dawn and Michelle. Yes. Oh, lighter. Good. Maybe we can make that the word of the day, right? Lighter. We are light. We are lighter, right? Let's just leave it all out. Let's put it all away. I love that. Feel lighter. And I'm so glad that's what you're feeling now, Michelle and Amber. I'm so glad to see that you're ready. And Dawn, I will absolutely make sure that you have that. You know what? Let me actually... Maybe I can post it here. Do I have it? I believe I have it here. Let me see if I can just grab the link real quick. And I will post that in our group. Let's see if I can find it. And maybe not. Might need to post it after. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so it's very easy. It's just one link. Workshop registration. I'm going to post it here in the comments. And let me know. Let's see. Okay, so you'll see oneawakening.us/workshop/registration. Yay! Way to go, Michelle. Glad to see that you are being proactive. That's wonderful. And somebody else said I tried to register, but it kicked me out, so I'm not sure if it worked. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. So try it again, just in case. If you did not receive a welcome email, then you are not registered. And feel free to let me know, by the way, if you want me to check and make sure you're registered, just type your name in the comments and I'll double check for you. But if you really don't think that you've registered and you didn't receive the email, then absolutely just click that link below. Let me make sure that I believe it works. Oh, there we go. I can actually pop it up on the screen. Well, that's fun. I didn't know I could do that. Awesome. Okay, so I'm learning something new as we go along here. So you can actually see, hopefully you can see it too. There's a link here on the screen and you can use that link now to register for the workshop. Try that and let's see if it works. I know there's been some weird glitches lately, probably due to Mercury in retrograde. So I think if you try again, it might work this time. So any questions either about the workshop or anything else I can answer? Let's see. All right. Wonderful. Well, then I'm going to leave it there and I will be in touch again on Wednesday. I'm going to be offline tomorrow. And on Wednesday, I will check in with you. I will make sure to just answer any questions you have. And of course, make sure that you're registered. If for any reason any of you are concerned around whether you were actually able to register for this workshop at that link, please do let me know because it should automatically send you an email. It should come probably within a few minutes of your registration. All right. And thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pam also reposted this as well. So there's 2 different links and then there's one right here up on the screen. All right. Wonderful. Well, I want to wish you all a beautiful week. Namaste to every single one of you. And I'm so thrilled that I'm going to teach this workshop with you in just a few weeks. And I'm just looking forward to getting to know some of you that I haven't gotten to know yet in the group. All right. Take good care. I will see you all soon. Bye.